Hey guys, how you doing? Today what I'm going to talk about is what I did, what worked for me, how I got into a growth mindset, right? Because before that, a lot of things were just transactional. And the thing is once I started seeking growth, magic started happening in my life. A lot of the things that I was struggling with, whether it was procrastination, whether it was focus, once I transitioned myself to a growth state, boom, it all became easier. So that's what I want you to take away here from here today, is I want to give you the foundation for doing some deep reflection for yourself, because let's face it, at the time of this video, it's 2024. We're about to roll into the new year. Everybody's ready to grow right now. So I thought this video was very relevant. I like to do videos that are a combination of business, but I also like to get people to understand how I became the being, right? Because sometimes when we want to grow and scale our business, the most important thing that we can do is we can become more. So if you're interested in becoming more, stick with me today. This is going to be a treat. And listen, if you find value in the message today, please subscribe, like or follow, or share it with a friend. Let's dive right in. A lot of times things happen, right? We become entitled, we become complacent, we become conditioned, right? Even if we have a lot of money or we've had a lot of success, whatever we achieve becomes the new normal. And a lot of times we can lack gratitude with it. Same thing with our, sometimes our families go unappreciated. Sometimes our teams do. These are challenges that entrepreneurs, sometimes the entrepreneur and or the individual, all of us deal with. The journey can get really painful. So I had to go in and I had to get really connected with my why. I had to go back in and I had to push past all the tangible things. And I had to look at the moment of greatness in my life and what was the greatest driver in my life. And then I also had to start thinking about things like, how do I want to be known? What example do I want to be for my family, right? What example do I want to be for my coworkers? What example do I want to be as a leader in my company? So the foundational thing that you're going to have to do, remember something, the why is the mother of everything, right? It's the birthplace of where all this happens. If you have no why, whatever the case may be, whether it's your family, your place of worship, your community, your team, a sports team that you're on, you got to figure out what it is. Maybe it's some tragedy that happened to you that you never want to see anybody else experience it again. Maybe you're running down from something that's chasing you down, that's a deep, dark, ugly past, or maybe you have trauma from when you were a child. Hey guys, listen, we all know that mindset is the ultimate edge as an entrepreneur. So what I've done is I've taken my personal playbook that I've used for decades and I've broken it down into a PDF and it's yours, absolutely free. So click the link below. You need to make sure that you have a deep why, and you need to understand that, and it needs to be something greater than you. It needs to be something better and bigger than a pair of Louis Vuitton sneakers or a Rolex watch or a Rolls Royce. Your why is going to have to be something that'll eat up 15 Rolls Royces, that'll eat up 1,000 pair of Gucci loafers. Your why is going to have to be the magic where everything happens in your life and you'll be able to achieve everything. So when you're going in, you're starting something new out, know what your why is. Then I had to be accountable. Think about that for a second. I had to be accountable and accept responsibility for my actions, my behaviors, my shortcomings. My shortfall as a husband, as a father, as a leader. A shortfall for my fitness, my big mountain I'm accomplishing now is my fitness. Where was your shortfall? Where do you have to be accountable for it? If you're blaming someone else for your situation, that's not accountability. I got news for you. That's not accountability. It's just not, right? Because change it. Change it. Right now. Just change it. Walk out. You don't like your job? Walk out. You don't like your marriage? Walk out. But make sure that you're not the one to blame. So that's why it's really important to have that growth mindset. You'd be surprised when you grow how people around you start growing. My who. This is a really big one. We're talking about building a growth mindset. My who. We've all heard this. Show me your friends, I'll show you your future. You're a collection of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. Just show me somebody who's elevated. Sure, you can be the leader of the 5, but you're only going to go so far with that. So who do you want to go on this journey with? Who is also in a growth state? The fastest way to level up is to get around growth-minded people. Are you members of peer groups? Masterminds? Do you go to events? Do you actively go participate in the community with people that are trying to do well, to better themselves? Right? So that's what I did. That's one of the things I did. I surrounded myself. I go to masterminds. I go to peer groups. I do all that. My team, I like the people that I work with. I prioritize the people that I work with. If I don't like them, I eliminate them. If they're not in a growth state or like-minded, I eliminate them. And you get into the same thing, right? So that's there. And then now all of a sudden the thing is this. What am I going to do to grow? Right? And we touched on the peer groups and the masterminds. But am I going to seek out a mentor or a coach? Am I going to go, what new skills am I going to learn? And am I going to read more books? Am I going to watch more YouTube videos? Not the cat's meow. I'm not going to wake up in the morning at 5 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the middle of the night and just sit there and scroll for 52 minutes and then act like I didn't have time to read a book. Right? I'm going to figure out that exact thing. What am I going to do? I'm going to read. I'm going to learn. I'm going to develop. I'm going to find like-minded people. Instead of spending my money going to a bar, I'm going to take that same money and go to an event. I'm going to take that same money and I'm going to go, I'm going to go donate the money at wherever my place of worship is, so at least I can get around people that are actually trying to live their life right. So that's really important. You got to think about what it is. So let's bring it all together. You got your why, you got to be accountable, you got your who are you going to do it with, and you got your what. So it's really simple. If you can do these things from a mechanical basis, right? So keep in mind what this is. This is just the foundation. This is not the bells and whistles. But if you can address these things, and I encourage everyone going into 2025, at the time of doing this, you're going into 2025, you need to do this, and you need to do it in writing. So I'm rooting for you. Your success is my success. I hope you found a lot of value in this video, and it really helps you. Listen, we're going in and we're conquering 2025, and I can tell you, you got to deeply reflect. The greatness is inside you. So think about it, and then take the action from there. So if you found value in it, subscribe, like, follow, share. See you next time.